What's up everybody, it's Matt from the house, and in this video we're going to show you a few of our favorite kids boards for the 22-23 season. Let's check these out. So first up, we've got the Burton Yeasayer and also the Burton Process Smalls. So essentially they're the exact same board, one a little bit more geared towards a feminine look and one more geared towards a masculine look, but obviously all the kids stuff is pretty much the same. So if the girls like the boys board or the boys like the girls board, more power to you. They're the exact same thing. But in general, it's a pretty rad board. They basically took the classic shape of the Process and the Yeasayers and they just kind of made a kid's version of it. The shape of it is good. They just basically needed to make it a little bit softer, a little bit more rider friendly for those smaller riders. So aside from the construction and making it a little bit softer, this thing does have a flat top bend on it. So it is flat in the middle, a little bit of rocker in the nose and tail. So you get incredibly stable ride, but you still get a little bit of that catch free feel. And also the kids start to venture into the powder a little bit, get a little bit more float. Also we have a channel on this one, and Burton actually doesn't do the channel on this board for the EST bindings. They actually won't fit because the channel is too small. But these kids are starting to ride a little bit more, or they're a little bit older and they start to notice little things like that. And they wanted to give even the riders with those disc bindings a little bit more adjustability so they can micro adjust their bindings. All right, and the next up we have the Savoy Jr. So pretty cool board. It's basically taken right down from the men's lineup. It is a twin tip board, extruded base on this thing, so they really don't have to worry about much maintenance because obviously kids aren't doing much maintenance to their boards. We're doing a flat rocker, basically flat in the middle with rocker in the nose and tail. So nice, easy catch-free feel, but super stable having that flat spot in the middle. Inside biax glass to keep the board nice and smooth, but still give it good spring and good pop. And of course, super rad graphic, and this really doesn't do it any justice. When you see this thing in person, it looks 10 times better, but it's the exact same graphic as the men's board, so the kids can have the same thing that the adults have. All right, next up for the kids, we've got the Ride Zero Jr. So this one is actually a direct takedown from their adult-sized board. They basically wanted to do a version for the kids. This thing is an asymmetrical twin, so it actually is left foot and right foot specific. If you're right foot forward, that's the nose. If you're left foot forward, that's the nose. But it basically has a little more side cut on your heel side edge, so it's a little bit easier to carve on your heel side edge because it's real easy to take all your weight, drop it on your toes, not so much on your heels. So it's giving you that little extra advantage. But this thing is capable from riding from the park to the powder and everywhere in between. They're doing a camber in the middle to rocker in the nose and tail, so you get the power and the extra snap in and out of your turns in between your feet, but you still get that catch-free feel, and it gives you a little bit more float when you get into the deep stuff up in the nose and tail. And then to keep it nice and smooth, we got that biax fiberglass with impact plates underneath your feet, so you get a really easy pop, easy snap, easy landings, and nice easy feel in and out of your turns. But we got those impact plates underneath your feet, which are helping to sturdy it up, help it hold a little bit better edge, and just make it a little bit more durable and increase the longevity of the board. And then on the bottom, we've got a nice extruded base, keeping it fast, but very low maintenance. All right, and last up, probably one of the coolest kids boards ever, the Capita Children of the POW. So obviously this thing is a little bit more on the free ride and POW shape of things, something you really don't see in kids boards. Capita obviously saw the need because kids nowadays, some of them have been riding since they were shorter than this table, and they're actually developing riding styles, and they're actually riding a little bit more, not just in the park or not just at the resorts. They want to get out into the powder, and sometimes mom and dad, that's where they're riding, and the kids need something that they can actually perform well in the powder. Obviously we've got that big directional shape, we've got a bigger, wider nose with a longer kick, so this thing wants to float like crazy when you get it into deep snow. They also do a flat bend in between your feet, and then they rocker it a little bit in the nose and a little bit more in the tail. Obviously we want a super stable board, but we want to get as much float as we can, so we're going to get that nose and tail up. And they're also doing the standard certified core in this one as well. So super fun board, definitely for those kids that have been riding for a while, and they want to get in the powder and they want to float big. All right, so obviously those are just a few of the amazing selection of kids boards that we have at thehouse.com. And if you got any questions about these boards or any of the kids boards that we have on the website, definitely leave some comments down below. We're on there every single day trying to answer your questions. We want to make sure we get your kids into some rad gear, but most importantly, we want to make sure that it's actually going to fit their riding style. Also make sure to like, subscribe, definitely get that bell on too so you can find out when all the new videos drop, and grab yourself a kids board or grab your kid a kids board and get out and ride, because any day of riding is a good day of riding.